Blackman started off the season with a tough matchup, but they've got it rolling and a big win tonight in the backyard brawl over Riverdale. Coach David Watson is the first-year head coach at Blackman as he went across town, and he joins us on the Cook Neon Hotline. New signs for new signs, creation and installation to old signs, repair and upkeep. They do it all at cookneon.com. Coach Watson, congratulations on the rivalry win.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you joining us here on the Friday Night Thunder Scoreboard Show. You got on top of Riverdale pretty quick, and it seemed like you just kept putting the points up on the board. You had to be pleased that your kids kept the foot on the gas.
I was. We got the ball first and turned it over, but our defense, who'd struggled the first 2 weeks, really played well tonight. They were able to stop Riverdale early, and Coach Hartsfield had thought that we could get a punt on them, thought we could block a punt, so we went after one, and the very first one and blocked it, and was able to scoop and score, and then I think we stopped them there again, and somehow we scored on defense again with a fumble return from probably 40, 50 yards out, and then after we finally settled down a little bit on offense and was able to run the ball pretty well. We didn't throw the ball as well last week, but we did do a lot of good things in the run game, and our defense just played outstanding to get the shutout.
Yeah, and that's always a good thing. Is that a point of pride with your defense when it gets into that fourth quarter? Even if the game is in hand, let's keep that goose egg up there.
Well, we wanted to. We subbed out a lot of kids there in the fourth quarter because we wanted to play a lot of kids, and but the second unit and even some of our threes were able to keep the shutout on the board there, and that is a good thing for our kids, something to build on, because we really want to try to take a lot of pride in our defense, and historically we have taken a lot of pride in our defense. Just the first 2 weeks, we really ran into some really good offensive football teams in McCauley and Clay Chalkville.
Yeah, and you're playing like the NFC South, I think, on your schedule. Dennis Weaver, Josh Peterson here on the Friday Night Scoreboard Show talking to Coach David Watson of Blackman. Peto's going to sure follow up with that, right?
Yeah,
Peto?
let's talk schedule. You've already played one out-of-state team with Clay Chalkville earlier. You got another out-of-state team next week with Tucker, Georgia, coming into town, and I'm sure you haven't really looked at them too much with the big matchup with Riverdale tonight that you had to prepare for. But what do we know about Tucker, and what do you expect next week?
Well, we know Tucker's very athletic. We know they've got a really good football program. I've talked to their coach quite a few times. He's a class guy. He's a Tucker guy. He's been there. He was on the staff, and now he's head coach. Tucker's historically been pretty good, and they've put a lot of players in the SEC, and I think they've got some kids in the NFL as well. They run the wing tee and 3-3 stack, and they're very athletic and very well coached. They'll be a really good football team.
Coach, you've been around the Murfreesboro football scene for years. This had to be a tough week. I know it was really tough on the north side, but as I talked to Tom Krager in the pregame show, Murfreesboro, for as big as it is and as tough as its traffic is, when tragedy strikes, especially the athletic community, it's a pretty small town, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is. And we dealt with our own share of tragedy this week. One of our senior linebackers' mother passed away Saturday night in a car accident. So we've tried to really lift him up and love him and support him this week. And then we do have kids that knew the kid at Siegel, and had relationships with him. So that was tough on some of our kids, and I think as a coach, Coach Wyatt's a good friend of mine, great guy.
Yeah.
I know this was a tough week for him because Greg really loves kids, and he's a good mentor to those kids, and it's really important to him to try to do the right things and support his team and get them through a tough time. I know that has been a tough time and will continue to be, but I think the community bands together and we're all coaches are in it for the kids. And we're in it to develop young men, and that's what we talk to our team about. That this is a part of life that's not necessarily fair, and it's not what we chose. But it is something that we have to deal with, and we have to call upon some of your experiences in football when there's tough times. That doesn't mean you can give up. You've got to battle through, and and that's kind of what we talked to the kids Monday about how football's important, but the reason it's important is because it teaches us the life lessons and gives us tools we need to help deal with things, and that's kind of how we've tried to handle some of that. And then all we can do for Colin and Mason's family is just be loving and supportive, and anything they need, try to help them in any way we can. And I think that's what the whole community has done.
I don't know that anybody could have said anything more eloquent than what you just said, and I'm glad we got it on tape. Coach, you've been very gracious to spend some time with us. Go enjoy this win and get ready for Tucker. And Godspeed, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. That is David Watson, the head coach at Blackman. Pito, quality guy, really quality guy. He started the program at Siegel. Yeah, he's been a coach in the Murfreesboro area, the Rutherford County system, and Kid Hartsfield. He played at Riverdale. He's talking about his defensive coordinator. He coached at Oakland. He's at Blackman. Greg Wyan is at Siegel. He started at Riverdale. He went to Smyrna. I mean, all of them are so interrelated that it's amazing and great words.